Hey guys, and welcome to my new YouTube channel. I put together a brand new series of videos about car flipping and everything related to cars. As you probably saw from the title of this video, today's video won't be about flipping a car, but we will try something different. We will test whether it's possible to buy old wheels cheap, refurbish them, fix them, and sell them with profit. Let's dive in and see how it went. But before we will start, let me apologize in advance for the way how I filmed this video. As this is literally my very first video I'm recording, I did a pretty dumb mistake and majority of shots I recorded vertically. Some of the scenes I managed to re-record, like this one we are seeing right now, but unfortunately some parts had to stay the way they were. I definitely learned my lesson and hopefully it won't ruin the experience for you. So let's get back to the wheels and I will show you what I prepared for you for today. So here are the bad boys. 18-inch wide aluminum wheels suitable for VW Group. The manufacturer should be AEZ, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check it. Yeah, you can see, please focus. Yeah, AEZ. I bought them for 2,500 Czech crowns, which is approximately like 100 euros. I would say I bought them really cheap. Two of the tires are in the set condition but usable, like around 3 millimeters of grip. Two of them are definitely suitable for change. So let's check the condition of the wheels itself. Yeah, scratches here and there, deep scratch almost around the whole wheel, and each of the wheel is in the similar condition. But I'm really looking forward for the process of refurbishment. This is the first time I will be doing something like wheel refurbishment, but I saw a lot of YouTube videos, DIY videos, where guys did it with the basic stuff, really cheap, with a decent result. So I believe I can achieve the same result by myself as well. So let me explain the plan for you. I didn't record the process of cleaning them, where I'm taking out the brake dust accumulated over the past years, but I used iron cleaner, took them with a brush and water, and they look shiny-ish again. And I'm pretty confident to say if I advertise them as they are, I will earn at least 40 euros of profit without any work. But that's not the goal here. The goal here is to refurbish them and make them look shiny and without scratches again. So here are the accessories I prepared for refurbishment. I will start by sanding them down, starting with 80 grit sandpaper, then proceed with 180, 300, 400, and then eventually with wet sanding by using 600 grit sandpaper. Yeah, that should be it. For the biggest scratches here or on the rims or oxidation, I will use 80 grit sandpaper, smooth it down, then proceed with 180, making sure I am overlapping the previously sanded area to make it as smooth as possible. Then I will take this filler suitable for aluminum wheels. It's supposed to be mixed with the hardener. After the hardener or the filler will be hard enough, I will smooth it once again to make it even. For the degreasing, I will use silicone-based degreaser. I bought something like that from Poland. Once I will be satisfied with the result, the wheels will be as smooth as possible, clean, no debris on them. I will take primer. I will use like 3 or 4 coats for each wheel. Then once primer will be hard, I will use silver base color, and as the last step I will use clear coat. Again, 2 or 3 coats should do the trick. The whole process of refurbishment I will record as a time-lapse, and I will either put some commented scenes, what is the current status, what I've done, how it looks like, or do a voiceover. I'm not sure yet. But are you doing something? Let's get to work. I totally forgot to mention that I won't be using a drill for sanding the wheels down. Of course, you can use the drill if it suits for you, but for me, I would say not. The main reason is that these rays, are not even, they are curved, as you can probably see by the reflection of the light maybe. Not sure how the camera can actually show it. And I'm afraid to go very deep on the edges of the race. That's the reason why I will be using my hand for sanding. Okay, that's enough talking. Let's get to work. And first, let's start with 80 grit sandpaper. This is my very first time sanding wheels, and as you can see, I'm doing it on the ground. If I can give you one piece of advice, please raise the wheel up to a height where you can either sit comfortably or stand while working. Bending over like this, yeah, it's doable for 30 minutes, but doing it for several hours, don't think so. Your back will definitely thank you later. Guys, as you can probably tell, this is really time-consuming process, so I will skip forward to the point where the whole wheel will be smoothed down with 80 grit sandpaper, but it will be very likely it will be tomorrow because it's already 8 p.m. I have to take a shower, take something to eat and go sleep, and we'll continue tomorrow, so see you there. Guys, one more thing I would like to say before I will leave it for tomorrow. The better the preparation is, the better the result is. Remember, there is no shortcut, unfortunately. You have to sand it down, take your time. Unfortunately, it's time-consuming process. But the better the preparation, the better the result. So, see you tomorrow. Today is the next day and I'm ready for working again. Yesterday I was staying a little bit longer, mainly because, let me show you. I remembered that I own this smaller drill and I was curious whether I can use it for sanding down the rims, and it turns out that it's usable for that. I tried it. I sand down the rims from the front side as well as the back side of the wheel, and I also tried to front finer sandpapers because I really wanted to see what it looks like and if I can get rid of all deep scratches, and in my opinion it doesn't look that bad. So I think this wheel is ready for applying the filler. The only thing I'm worried about is there are some deeper spots on some places, and I really hope I can even it out all around the wheel. I won't be recording the sanding process of other three wheels because it's the same as the first one, but I will show you how I'm using that smaller drill for sanding the rims, and you can get inspired by that. The only thing I want to mention is don't forget about the holes where the wheel nut belongs to. Sand it down with 180 or even finer sandpaper so the primer will stick to it perfectly. So, at first I said this tiny sander was perfect for wheel edges. Yeah, it was based on a 5-second test on a postage stamp sized spot. As you are watching this time lapse, you will see what I didn't. It doesn't exactly leave things smooth. Every time I pressed a bit too much, it left lovely little grooves. So, unless you are a robot with laser guided arms and the patience of a sand, maybe not the best tool for the job. I clearly failed the even pressure and perfect angle test. So, that's why I went back to good old-fashioned manual labor. Just me, some sandpaper and a whole lot of regrets. But hey, at least I can blame the tool this time. Okay guys, so finally all 4 wheels are sanded down. Now I will continue with filling the back of the wheels with a filler, mainly because there are some dents I want to repair. And the second reason is that I want to try what is the work with filler about before I will proceed with the front of the wheel. I will use this black mark here to circle the spots where the filler should be applied. One more thing, I'm not sure if it's necessary, but I will use brake cleaner for taking the dust out from the rims. I don't think it's really necessary to clean the surface with brake cleaner or anything fancy like that. Blowing the dust off with a compressor would totally do the trick. But I don't have a compressor, so brake cleaner it is. Just a quick tip, don't use anything with acetone on painted surfaces or clear coat, unless you are into that melting finish kind of look. Okay guys, so each wheel is degreased now, all the dust should be gone, and now it's time for mixing our filler with hardener. I will use a wooden desk as a place where I will be mixing it, and this wooden stick for applying. It's flexible, so as you can see. So I expect that it will be better experience to applying the filler on such little dents as here, as with using this plastic one, which is more solid, but the surface area is way more wider than this wooden stick. Hopefully it will go well and the filler won't be hardened too early, so I actually can fill all the 4 wheels, or maybe only 3 wheels. I believe one wheel from the back side is in a really good shape, so there won't be a necessary to fill it out. Okay, let's see how it goes.
Mixing the filler isn't the rocket science, but applying it, that's a bit trickier. It definitely takes some practice. After about a minute I got bored and ditched the wooden stick for my finger. Turns out, it's surprisingly good at spreading the filler nice and evenly. If I were doing bodywork, I would definitely go for a proper plastic applicator, but for tiny spots like this, good old finger engineering did the job just fine. But I have a few observations I wanna share with you. The first is, you have to be quick enough because as I read on the box, the filler will harden between 4 and 7 minutes at 20 degrees Celsius. Another takeaway is that it's pretty much difficult, at least for me, to properly guess how much filler you need for this kind of repair, like repairing small dents and small scratches on a few places. So my advice to you is, when you use something minor like that, you don't have to mix golf ball size of filler. I don't know, 1 centimeter ball is enough. It's like a bigger bean, I believe. Then of course you have to adjust amount of hardener accordingly. Mixture ratio is 1 to 50. Yeah. To sum it up, it's really tedious, but you don't have to be a rocket scientist to apply the filler. So yeah, now we have to wait from 20 to 30 minutes to harden it properly, and then I will be sending it down, starting with 80 grit sandpaper. Once it will be smooth and I will like it, then I will use for the whole wheel 180, 240, 340 or something like that. I mentioned at the beginning of the video, up to 600 wet sanding, and then I will be applying a primer, color and clear coat. One more thing from me, please wear protective gloves, protecting mask. Open your windows if you have an option to do it. Don't expose yourself with the bare skin with the filler. Hey, little update here. I'm finishing the second wheel and I have to show you something.
Guys, watch out how much filler you add each layer. If you add a little layer, really thin, and it's not sufficient enough to cover all the holes, you can always add another one to cover the holes. But if you add thick layer like this one, you will be sanding it stupidly long. So remember, little is sometimes more. So be careful with the amount of filler you apply if you don't want to spend the whole evening sanding one wheel. Anyways, let's go back to work. So, I already mentioned it's better to apply thinner layers of filler, unless you enjoy sanding for a billion hours straight. But on the flip side, if you add multiple layers in the same spot, they might not bond together perfectly. In an ideal world, you would go with a single layer and sand down, but honestly, 2 layers should be totally fine. And hey, if you want to optimize the process a bit, cut up a few squares of sandpaper in advance, 1 set for each grid, and keep them nearby. Not sure if I discovered this life hack during this wheel or a bit later, but I ended up cutting 5 cm wide squares, lined them up next to the wheel, and it let me sand in peace all the way into the late night hours. As you can see on the time lapse, I finished the dry sanding of the wheel. I ended up with 360, no scope, hahaha. 360 grit sandpaper. Now we'll proceed with wet sanding. I will go with 600 and 800 grit sandpaper. But before that, we have to clean the surface, remove all the stains, remove all the dust. And for that, as I mentioned earlier in the video, I will be using silicone-based degreaser.
Wet sanding is super satisfying. It smooths out all the scratches, there is no dust flying around, it honestly feels like a reward in itself. But one thing I really want to point out, make sure to buy sandpaper that's actually made for wet sanding. You don't want it falling apart the moment it gets wet. Also, like I mentioned before, it's really important to clean off all the dust from the wheels before you start, otherwise you will just end up scratching it again. I also recommend wiping down the area between each round of wet sanding. If you take your time and give it a bit of love, you will end up with that sweet sense of satisfaction and wheels that are smooth as butter. Well, as smooth as they can be.
Look at this wheel. It looks really nice, it feels really smooth. I'm happy with the current state of the wheel after sanding. But before we will proceeding with the back side of the wheel, I totally forgot that I still have leftover glue on the wheel. I didn't remove it. This will be the next thing I will be doing. I ordered Koch Green Star cleaner. When it will arrive, I will take the wheels out, clean them with the Koch cleaner. Using a detailing brush, hopefully to prevent from scratching them. When the wheels will be dried, I will use again the silicone-based remover to degrease them, and as the last step, I will use tack cloth to make the surface anti-static, I believe, for the couple of minutes before applying the primer. But I jumped far into the future. Let's focus on the very next step, and it's removing of that stupid glue from the inside of the wheel and sanding the backside down. I'm not sure if I showed you the glue which left after I removed the wheel balancing weights, or stick-on adhesive weights it's called, I believe. But I can tell that I would rather send down 10 more wheels than removing this glue. It's really tedious by the amount of glue. I'm a little bit suspicious that this wheel is not perfectly round and it might be kicked. Okay, that was easy. I used 80 grit sandpaper to remove the glue and it came off pretty well, I can tell. It took me about 20 minutes to do it. And it doesn't matter right now that the place where the glue was before is a little bit scratched, because I will be sanding down the inside of the wheels anyway.
Meet Alfie, my doggo, who you are definitely not seeing for the last time. Here he is, innocently thinking I am about to throw that stick. But little does he know, it's wheel washing time before the primer goes on, and Daddy has got no time for fetch. Work first, zoomies later.
Finally nice weather outside, however it's a little bit windier today, and I'm not sure how well you will be hearing me. But anyway, I took the wheels out and now it's time to clean them.
And of course, my charming four-legged assistant had to make an appearance. I washed the wheels using the previously mentioned Koch Green Star cleaner. Not a sponsored video, I genuinely like that stuff. But if someone from Koch is watching this and feeling like supporting a struggling car whisperer, I wouldn't say no. And we are back in my basement. Firstly, I didn't want to apply primer today. My plan for today was really just clean the wheels, because the weather was really nice. Finally, it was warm. Unfortunately enough, a little bit windy. Hopefully the previous scenes were filmed correctly and you can hear me. The reason why I will be applying primer like 30 minutes or hour after cleaning them is that I'm afraid they can start rusting. So a few coats of primer should do the trick and prevent the wheels from rusting. And here is the plan what I'll be doing today, or
tonight. But before applying a primer, let's take a look at all necessary steps you should take in order to achieve the best result you possibly can. The very first step will be applying or degreasing the wheels with silicone-based degreaser, as I showed you earlier in the video. The degreaser will be applied with the paper towel. After that, I will be using tack cloth to make a surface anti-static. No debris or no dust will be catching on the surface. Yeah, of course, the protection of your lungs. Afterwards, we have to make sure that the tire is protected from all primer and color. Unfortunately enough, I wanted to try the trick with playing deck of cards, where you insert the card behind the rim, but I don't have playing cards at home, so masking tape and some piece of paper I have to do the trick. Once the tires will be covered, then we can approach to the last step, which is applying the primer itself. Here I have a bucket with warm water. I left the cans of primer sitting there about 10 minutes. They are pretty warm, I can tell. They can have around room temperature, which is 25 up to 30 degrees. Which is much better when the primer is warmer than when it's cold. And here in the basement I have like around 14 degrees, so warming the primer before applying it is a necessary step, I believe. And I almost forgot to show you that I bought these custom spraying appliers, I believe it's called. I read online that the default one, which is on the can, is not the best when you do care about the final result. And the difference between those two is that the default one sprays in a circular pattern, which focus the ray of spray in one place. On the other hand, the elliptical one sprays more evenly distributed ray on the whole surface. So the result should be better. We will see. I'll be applying 2 or 3 coats of primer for each wheel. The first layer will be light, something around 50 to 70% of coverage. The second and the third one will be much thicker.
For some reason beyond my understanding, I didn't record the primer application, so at least here is a sneak peek. I applied a total of 4 coats. The first one was a light dusting, the rest were good solid layers. Looking back, I think that was a bit of overkill. 3 coats would have been plenty. Also, there is really no need to spray the entire wheel, especially the areas where the rays don't even reach. And here you can see how the primer dried. I was honestly really happy with the result. Didn't expect it to turn out this good. So one more time. Guys, don't be afraid of these DIY repairs. You might just surprise yourself. Okay guys, so 3 out of 4 wheels are already put in primer. The reason why the last one is actually this one is not in primer is that I miscalculated the amount of primer I need for each wheel. On the other side, I think I put unnecessary thick layer of primer on each wheel. And if you take a closer look to each wheel, I'm really happy with the result so far. If it will be up to me, I will leave them as they are, but as I already bought a few cans of silver paint, I will paint them to silver. So next step is to degrease them, remove all the dust from the wheels and put them in the silver color. The cans are already warming up, so I will be painting them in like 10 minutes. So, as I mentioned, it's super important to degrease your wheels. I use the silicone-based degreaser, just guys please, make sure to avoid anything with acetone. Then I wiped everything down with an anti-static tack cloth. And be prepared, when spraying metallic paint, the glitter will get literally everywhere. I even found some in my beard afterwards. That being said, this polished paint covered really nicely. I was pleasantly surprised. You can find this exact brand in the description of this video. Guys, paint on 3 wheels is done. It took me about 20 minutes. It was really fast. That's what she said.
but I'm really happy with the current state of the wheels. And I believe the free cans of silver paint will be sufficient enough to cover all 4 wheels. But to be 100% sure that 3 cans will be sufficient enough to cover all 4 wheels, I will end until the paint will harden, then switch the wheels or turn the wheels on the other side and spray the outside of the wheels. Then I can measure if the 3 cans are enough or not. One more thing, if it doesn't make sense to you why I will wait till the color will harden, then turn the wheels on the other side and spray the outside of the wheels, that's because, remember, I have still 1 wheel left without the whole primer layer. And to reduce costs of shipping, I want to order all missing stuff in one order. That's why. Hey, another day, another me. The silver base coat seemed to be completely dry, which means we are now ready for applying a clear coat. But before I will show you the current state of the wheels, let me apologize first. I want to apologize for the way this video is being filmed. Yesterday, during editing another video, I realized that almost all the footage was shot vertically. Unfortunately enough, unlike the other video, which can be re-recorded, I can't redo this one. It's my very first video I'm recording, and honestly, it didn't even cross my mind that shooting it vertically can be an issue here. Rookie mistake, sorry about that. So for the next videos, I will be more careful, and hopefully the videos will be recorded in a better quality. But back to the wheels. They look really stunning. I'm really happy with the current result. Some small imperfections show up, but from the distance more than, let's say, 20 centimeters, they are not even visible. So I'm perfectly okay with that. This silver metallic color looks really beautiful. I won't be recording the process of applying a clear coat because you already saw it twice while applying primer and then the silver base coat. Clear coat is currently warming up outside because today is really sunny weather, so I don't have to fill my bucket with warm water. I will bring you back once the clear coat will be dry. Guys, I'm really excited. I'm about to apply last few layers on 2 wheels, the rest is already done, and I have to say they showed up really well. Honestly, I'm really surprised by the fact how I managed to refurbish them. But we will see the final result after the clear coat will be dry and hardened enough, hopefully on the direct sunlight. Let's go. Okay, so the final layer on the remaining 2 wheels has finally dried. Now it's time to remove the cards. And I want to take a look on the other side of the wheel, especially this wheel, because to me it seems like something is not quite right. Firstly, I thought I'm hallucinating, but apparently not. A bird hair here landed in a clear coat before it was completely dry, and it dried in. I have to somehow fix it, but I'm afraid I have to sand it down and respray it. The worst part is that I ran out of the clear coat completely, so I have to order a new one. What a relief, guys. I managed to remove bird hair from the wheel with my nail. It left a small mark there, but it is what it is. Okay guys, so refurbishment is finally done. It took me about 20 hours to make wheels look clean again. And I know, if I took them to the wheel repair shop, they will definitely do a better job than me. On the other hand, I did it all by myself. It was joy, a new experience for me. I learned new skill, and I have something else to show you. Let's check it out. I bought a new center caps for my wheels. It looks nice, doesn't it? Today I will put them onto wheels, and tomorrow we will do some photo shooting, and I will try to show you before and after comparison. So, we are slowly getting into the end of the refurbishment process. Tomorrow I will wait for the golden hour, take a few pictures of the wheels, and then advertise them. Once somebody will buy them, I will let you know how much profit we earned. So, a few days have passed, and in the last scenes I showed you center caps which I planned to use for my wheels. Of course, I didn't measure center bore diameter, and the center caps just simply don't fit. So I ordered a new set, thinking, yeah, these have the correct size, but unfortunately not, they don't fit either. Classic me. So I decided to take a few photos of the wheels and list them as they are without the center caps. If they won't sell for a while, I will either buy another pair of center caps or just simply lower the price a bit. The wheels are photographed, the advertisement is live, you can see the photos somewhere here and here and here, and advert itself here. So the only thing left now is waiting for buyer, and as soon as they will sell, I will give you an update of how much I sell them for, how much the refurbishment cost, and what the profit looks like. Hey guys, I have two news for you. The first one, as you can probably tell, I bought a microphone. So hopefully the sound will be much more cleaner and the videos more entertaining and enjoyable for you. The second one, I'm more excited about. The wheels are finally gone. It took me about 1 week to sell them, and the first guy who actually came to check them out bought them. I didn't record the process of selling them because I don't want to bother random guys with my YouTube stuff, mostly for their privacy, but that I call a win. Or maybe just a blind luck. Who knows? I think I should confirm that it wasn't all about the luck and do some other refurbishment in the future. What do you think? Let's break it down, and here is what the whole deal looked like. Okay guys, please come to my whiteboard and let's break it down. The wheels themselves cost me 2,500 crowns, which is approximately 100 euros, and the price in euros you can actually see on the right side of the whiteboard. Primer cost me 555 crowns, silver metallic colors 429, clear coat little bit more than 400 crowns, tech cloths 74 crowns, sanding papers, and I did a lot of sanding, 250 crowns, spraying nozzles, so I was able to spray in more evenly distributed way, 50 crowns, other stuff like degreaser or brake cleaner or filler, approximately 200 crowns, which brings us to total 4,260 crowns. I sold the wheels for 8,000 crowns, which is something like 320 euros. So the total profit is 3,740 crowns. It's definitely not bad, not bad. What do you think, guys? Let me know. So, that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe you learned something. Let me know down in the comment section what do you think about it. And I think it's not bad for a guy who did it all in his basement. What do you think? And for what's next? I'm still not sure, I'm still figuring out. I would like to do some car flipping, if something interesting will show up. Or finally, I will tackle my daily driver Škoda Superb. Yeah, the intro video about what's wrong with my Škoda is already live on my YouTube channel, so if you didn't watch it, please go check it out. If you are curious how such broken car can be still a runner. Smash that like button if you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button if you want to support me and help my channel to grow up, and head over to the next video. Because whether it's flip or flop, you know it's gonna be probably not OEM. Thank you guys again for watching this video and see you in the next one. Peace.